Well, hello everyone. Hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I know a happy one for a lot of people, and for some, that are suffering, not so happy. And for people that don't know me and that have not subscribed to my channel, my name is Dan Pelly. I'm an inspirational speaker on suicide awareness and prevention, and been in those dark places a couple of times in my life, and I was making this video, starting it to make a difference. And my motto I like to start off with for people that are on the other side really suffering and who I'm trying to connect with, that don't ever forget, and this is it: your life matters, and never give up. I was hoping, when I was hurting 20 years ago and 7 years ago, that I'd have someone say to you, or say to me, your life matters, because you really don't think it matters when you're feeling so small and so insignificant that you're worthless, or and you're not. You're a precious human being, and you really need to realize this in the darkest moments, that you will pull out of it. You will, whatever it takes. Medication, I'm a champion of that if it's needed. I'm not a medical doctor. You need to call 911 if you're ever in a bad place. I get help. You can't be afraid, especially men, more than the women, have a trouble asking for help, but women too, also. Because of the stigma that surrounds suicide, it's a very like, ooh, this is so bad. It's so shameful. Oh, it's a chicken way out. Oh, you're copping out. I think it takes a lot of guts to want to even do that to yourself. But not that I'm championing that it's something to be proud of, because it is shameful to yourself that that you can't overcome your sufferings and your struggles to really do something, right, and make a difference for yourself and for others. So as I talk about, this theme is going to be gratitude. Gratitude, not just on Thanksgiving, and I know we have it some days we don't, but gratitude is life's energy, right? And we need to see this for what it is, and because it gives us purpose, right? So, are we grateful? Are we really grateful today, after the holidays and the rushing and the hustle and the bustle, that we slow down and say, what am I really grateful for? Because it is our life's energy. And without it, I don't think, we'd have that purpose. And are we begrudging? Are you begrudging today? Are you complaining? I do. We're all human, right? We complain, we begrudge. It's always the other person, and we're waiting for someone to do it for us. We need to take that action to say, I have to do this. Nobody's gonna get myself out of bed and put my feet to the floor and go get it. Not and go out the door and feel like, okay, I can deal with the troubles that I'm having, and I have them. We all have problems that are facing us, people that are against us, and people that don't treat us right. Does it put us into that state that we do that to others? And I think it's important to remember the gratitude of think about the people in your life, not only for your own life, that your life does matter, right? And it really does. And that you're not going to give up, right? You're going to hang in there. Because even when I was giving up, I still had that little bit of hope that you won't be successful at anything like bad to yourself. And you want to live, right? The spirit is just like so strong inside people that, look at all the people that we see that overcome such tragedies and suffering. And what are we really grateful for? We're grateful for because we make a lot of money. Yeah, we need money. It's the real world. Okay, we have to function in this world. So, people say, "Oh, money's the root of all evil." I don't believe that. Yeah, it can be, but money is a necessity. In my Buddhist practice, I'm a practitioner for 9 years. Not to push religion. I always say that on people, towards people. But money is part of our life. I chant for money to flow. Because we need to live, right? So we pray for it, we chant for it. Whatever our prayers are, and what we need to do to help our lives. And we're grateful for that, but we're grateful for our loved ones the most, right? When we're angry at them, we're having a good time with them, and our friends and our loved ones, and we're trying to make a difference, in our own lives and others, and bestow that on them. So this gratitude is find it. When the worst time that you're begrudging, think about something you're grateful for. You know, that your children, your mother, your father, if they're alive, even if they're not alive, we believe we bring energy. I believe we bring energy to even the ones that have passed, friends and loved ones. And grateful that they were in our lives, and grateful for the people that are in our life, even the people that you think that are not on our side. They have a position and they're helping others, or we have to show them gratitude in some ways. And although we stand our ground on our issues and our opinions, and whoever we need to accomplish what we need to accomplish, and it's important that our opinions get heard, and the voice needs to speak up. Without the voice, we're not going to get anywhere. uh, we might not want to speak up and talk too much about something, and that's always one of my problems. I overly talk, and I try to keep these videos down to under 15 minutes. I used to have a severe stuttering problem when I was young, just to lighten up the heaviness of the suicide awareness prevention. And sometimes I'm gabbing and say, way too many words in something, and know your faults, and be able to laugh at yourself and say, I got to correct this. And my mother said, geez, I wish you would stutter again. You never shut up. So, we got to laugh at ourselves, right? We have to, we get so serious, I do, but we say everything is so important and this is happening. And some people become very quiet. Some people become very talkative. But I think it's important to, voice, our thoughts and our feelings, I think it's very important, especially in the suicide issue, that our loved ones are suffering and we're seeing them in a dark place, and the awareness of something's not right. Their daily behavior is off. And we're seeing this, and we're trying to get them therapy, and we're trying to get them help. And sometimes, just walking up to that person and saying, I'm really grateful that you're here. I'm really grateful, and thank you for being in my life. You make a difference for me, and show them that they matter. And also, your behavior's not been well, and are you thinking about hurting yourself? And I'm a real champion of this, that I'm not afraid to ask somebody, are you okay? You seem very down for the longest time now. A couple weeks I've been seeing you down. You're not thinking about hurting yourself or anything like that. You're not thinking about killing yourself. Let's get a conversation going about it, because if you are, I'll take you to the doctor. And I know there's someone on the other side suffering really bad, and where I was, and don't ever forget that your life matters. And it's gonna change. And don't give up, and have this gratitude that we need to find in our life. But I was gonna read a couple of things that I saw about gratitude that were very significant as I was putting this theme together. And gratitude, like I said, I feel is life's energy. But here's one thing I saw about this wisdom and encouragement, that the harder we fight, the stronger we become. And I thought about this, and I said, when we're not fighting, we become very weak, right? We're not a warrior, and we want to sharpen that sword, and we want to get out there, right? And then polish our character and do well. But I said, man, that's so important, that the harder we fight really, really matters. And I think it's something that we have to, let's go for it, man. Let's fight right to the very end, and wherever we go in our afterlife, we're going to keep the fight going. But I read this about gratitude, and I wanted to read it. It was very, very good wisdom and good encouragement for me anyway, and I wanted to share it. People who can express their gratitude are truly happy. A life that is always filled with appreciation is a bright and cheerful one. Be it when you are meeting with people, when someone gives you a lift in his or her car, or when you are at home with your family, sincerely offering thanks is a sign of living truly happy lives, where people embody such a sense of appreciation. They send out waves of happiness that envelope both themselves and others. To voice your appreciation, it is important to say thank you to your loved ones and your friends. And I said to myself, man, do we say thank you enough? Do we show our gratitude enough? And I think if we do that even more and to really say thank you more, it's the power of thank you and the gratitude that comes behind it is really going to make a difference, you know? So I know everybody's going to have a busy day. I got to get out myself, and I wanted to get this video going about gratitude. And you know, let's find those little corners of life that, you know, where do we have our gratitude when I'm most stressed. And for anybody that's hurting out there, you know, get yourself some help, because that's the only way you're going to prevent yourself from not being here and staying in this world. And I know some people like, oh, why, I don't want to be here, you know. And I'm not going to say that, you know, no one ever gets that feeling. We're there. But life is precious. Life is, I'm on the side of life, you know. And even though I was on the side of I didn't want to be here a few times, life still mattered to me, and deep down, even when I was struggling. So I wanted to really leave that with you today, that, you know, when you're pissed off and you're begrudging and you're complaining and you're really down, that your life matters. And never give up, and have a winning day.